Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
Zero would be nice.
The phenomenon of Barbenheimer shocked the world this summer. Two completely different films, suddenly, for both studios, created a perfect double feature that went from a meme
What's a meme?
to a huge event promoted by such celebrities as Margot Robbie, Christopher Nolan, Cillian Murphy, and even Tom Cruise. In today's video, I will try to understand the phenomenon of Barbenheimer, give my opinion about both movies, and explain how Barbenheimer saved the whole industry. In 2020, during the pandemic, Warner Brothers decided to release all of their films on their streaming at the same time as the theatrical release. Nolan, as a huge movie fan and a person who prefers theatrical experience, did not like this decision of studio and stopped cooperation with Warner Brothers.
I mean, you don't know the half of it, brother. Everything that has ever been done at the highest level on any other film I've ever done was all done simultaneously and then some. I came in to do ADR, where on a film of this scope, you usually have 3 days of work. He had one line. And it wasn't even a line that they didn't record correctly. It was a line that he wanted to add from a previous draft that he remembered because nothing escapes him. It's bananas. Yeah. And you have to live it to believe it. But it's not about control. It's about his dedication to this art form and bringing it in the most powerful format possible.
His new movie, Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan made in association with Universal Pictures. Warner Brothers remembered this and put their highest profile release of the year, Barbie, on the same exact day as Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Warner Brothers officials expected their movie to simply crush the 3-hour-long dialogue drama with a non-linear narrative. However, the internet spreaded the meme to such an extent that people literally rushed to the cinemas for this unofficial double feature. The stars of both films are being asked about Barbenheimer in official interviews.
Perfect double bill. I think actually start your day with Barbie, then go straight into Oppenheimer, and then Barbie chaser.
My suggestion would be Barbie first, Oppenheimer for lunch, and then a Barbie chaser.
With tequila?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh wow, they're at each other's throats.
Yeah.
I think the world maybe wants to see Barbie a little bit more right now. I'm just saying.
And you're going to be seeing Barbie as well. They've got similar release dates.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Somebody showed me a video of Cillian Murphy saying like he'd see Barbie, and I was like, ah!
I do. I think that there's a very specific order that you should see them. If you see Oppenheimer last, I think you might be a bit of a psychopath. But honestly, I just want you to see Barbie. That's my focus.
The top newspapers of the world are full of headlines about new records of Barbenheimer. It is now clear that these films, if they were released on different days, would never have grossed so much money.
I thought I might stay over tonight.
Why?
Because we're girlfriend-boyfriend.
To do what?
I'm actually not sure.
There is no doubt that Greta Gerwig's Barbie is the biggest movie of the year. The pink satire on patriarchy and toxic masculinity, mixed with ideas of self-discovery, literally took over the world. Ken, played by Ryan Gosling, won the hearts of the audience and became the main star of the movie.
I was surprised how, some people were kind of clutching their pearls about my Ken, as though they ever thought about Ken for a second before this.
Yeah, you feel like he's
They never played with Ken.
underappreciated character, Ken.
They never played with Ken. Nobody plays with Ken, man.
You don't really play with Ken.
Did you play with Ken? Exactly. Exactly.
He was available.
And yet,
he stayed in the toy box.
He's an accessory, and not even one of the cool ones.
His song, I'm Just Ken, soared to the top of all charts, and now it is literally impossible to live a day without hearing this song.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do, I'm always number two. No one knows how hard I tried. Oh, I have feelings that I can't explain, they're driving me insane. All my life been so polite.
Greta Gerwig and Noah Baumbach wrote a terrific script, which perfectly balances comedy, mocking stereotypical tough guys, with a drama about finding yourself.
I think Kens are meant to represent some parts of masculinity that maybe are considered traditionally toxic, some, some commentary on just like gender identity and expression as well. But what I really loved about Greta's take on it is that, speaking just for the Kens themselves, is that she was very careful not to paint Kens in an evil light. These Kens are not inherently evil, and if anything, these Kens are just like kind of children.
This seemingly completely commercial project incorporated more ideas than many festival films. Barbie may not be the best movie of the year, but it is definitely one of them.
I'm just Ken, anywhere else I'd be a 10. Is it my destiny to live and die a life of blonde fragility? I'm just Ken, where I see love, she sees a friend. What will it take for her to see the man behind the tent and fight for me? I'm just Ken, and I'm enough, and I'm great at doing stuff. So hey, check me out, yeah, I'm just Ken, baby. I'm just Ken. I'll see you on the Malibu beach.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
The 3-hour-long biopic about the creator of the nuclear bomb from director and scriptwriter Christopher Nolan became the highest grossing biopic in the cinema history. Not without the help of Barbie, of course, but the movie itself definitely deserves this achievement.
I would have had something similar getting the script from Christopher Nolan, going, I can't turn this down. This is the role of a lifetime.
We're in a race against the Nazis.
How on earth am I going to do it justice?
Yeah. And I know what it means. If the Nazis have a bomb.
It is literally honed to perfection. In this movie, every frame and dialogue are perfection. Nolan has completely abandoned CGI in this movie, which makes it look like a truly monumental work, after which you want to applaud with delight or be horrified by the world we live in.
And the opening shot is raindrops. How set in stone was that for you?
Not set in stone at all. It's not in the script, actually, which for me is very rare. Rare. It's a sort of symbol and a symbolic representation that started to insert itself in the filming. I'm a very controlled and controlling filmmaker, and I don't often shift something as important as that, but it was something that just kept pulling us in and pulling us in. And we kept repeating in the filming, myself and Hoyte van Hoytema, Killian, you know, just finding this. And working with Jen in the edit suite relatively late, we realized that that's exactly the opening.
Cillian Murphy in this movie literally got into Oppenheimer's skin, going skin and bones for this role.
Well, I think, it was just a huge thing to shoulder. We were all so impressed and mesmerized simultaneously by what he did every day, and just a monumental thing. And he's one of those extraordinary actors who can just play the duality of every moment. And I think you want that for this character who's so enigmatic and charismatic, and he's also just a doll. He's like so lovely, and we'd laugh between takes. There was levity. It wasn't all like super intense. It was a very calm set. There was no chaos. And it's crazy that the film has become as sort of startling and visceral and impactful as it is, because I think on the set, it was calm, wasn't it? It was nice. It was like
Chris
a nice
and Emma
environment.
are so prepared that the set is just, you know, they're ready for anything. And so Chris also really understands actors and acting, and so he's very good at kind of creating an environment where his actors can thrive.
He definitely deserves his first Oscar year, as well as Robert Downey Jr., who proved once and for all that he is an amazing dramatic actor that all moviegoers have known for a long time. Oppenheimer is a true cinema that is definitely not to be missed.
Is anyone ever going to tell the truth about what's happening here?
After the coronavirus pandemic, the movie industry changed forever. Streaming sites like Netflix are now on the same level as the big Hollywood studios, with a huge history. More and more people are choosing to stay home and wait for a movie to come out on the streaming services. Now, there is also an ongoing strike of screenwriters and actors, for which many high-profile releases have already been moved. Almost all of the Hollywood studios' expensive projects failed this year. Indiana Jones 5, The Flash, and other blockbusters have brought huge financial and reputational losses for the studios. If Barbie and Oppenheimer had failed at the box office, the industry could have changed forever. Big studios would have relied more on their streaming services, and big projects would have been released there, while the theater industry would have been left for niche and low-budget films. Barbenheimer is the real salvation of the whole industry. Both movies came out great and showed the world that the real movies have always been and always will be created for the big screen. The real movie is when the lights go out, you hear the crunch of popcorn, and all the attention is on the big, bright screen. That is a true magic of cinema.